All right, we are going to get started here. For those tuning in, welcome. My name's Jim, and I am the owner of Steadfast Style, apparel decorating company that does screen printing, uh, heat transfers, vinyl, DTF, work with lasers, and just about anything that you could use to decorate apparel. Always looking to get into something new, something interesting, try new things. But tonight's going to be an easy night. Tonight we are doing DTF, and there's a couple reasons for that. The first reason is it's easy, it's a quick run. These are our transfers. We're going to be running these tonight on some District 6000 t-shirts in royal blue. Typically, on an order like this, I have 70 shirts to do. On an order like this, I would screen print it. But the reason I'm using DTF tonight is because last year I ordered these DTF and they didn't get here in time. And at that time, I had a one station screen print press and I had 60 shirts to do. So I ordered the DTF because I didn't want to screen print all of those. And the DTF showed up later than I needed it. So I ended up screen printing them anyways. And now I have the extra DTF. This is a repeat order, usually every year. It's a track team. So I had the extra DTF and I'm like, I might as well use it now. So tonight we're going to apply that to these shirts. And hopefully my delivery guy gets here today. Running a little late, but he has some more DTF for me for some sweatshirts that I need to get done ASAP. In about a half an hour, a video is going to be posting about an issue I had with some sweatshirts and using water-based ink. And the DTF that's coming is to put on new sweatshirts. That way I can get this order out quickly and I'm not going to be worried about the quality or anything like that. So again, that video will be posting here in about 20 minutes. Feel free to go to my channel and check that one out. Feel free to ask any questions, and I'm just going to take you along for the ride, kind of narrate as I'm going. This is my third live, so stay patient with me and help me out along the way. All right. We're going to switch you over to the press cam. The press we're using, I'm not paid by anybody, not yet, is a Hotronics autoclam. We have, this is Ultracolor Max, and Ultracolor Max is recommended when you're using 100% cotton to press at 325 for 15 seconds, for 12 to 15 seconds. We are going to run it at 325 because we are running 100% cotton tees. We're going to run it at 325 for 14 seconds. So what I do is just going to weed on or put my shirt on the platen. I'm going to pull my collar off of the edge of the platen so I have no seams on the platen. That helps me get an even distribution of heat, an even pressure. Make sure my shirt is straight. And then what I do is I pre-press for 5 seconds. I'm going to have to up my pressure a little bit. I'm at a 2. The pre-press helps get rid of any moisture out of the shirt. And these DTFs, because I ordered so many of them, they come pre-cut for me, kind of. I like to fold them in half to get my center point. I go about 4 fingers down from the edge of the collar. I get out my T-square my platen here is 16 inches wide. So I know that if my shirt is centered, and the way I tell that is by my seams on my sleeves. If my shirt is centered, then the center of this graphic should be 8 inches, and I am dead on right now. All right. The other thing the T-square allows me to do is make sure that I'm level and my design isn't crooked. So I kind of look at the white here, make sure everything's level. Sometimes I'll bring it back down to the bottom to make sure, just double checking things. And once I have it where it's at, I've already pre-pressed it. There's no cover sheets needed. We're just gonna set it down. We're gonna cook it for 14 seconds at a 6 pressure. And these DTFs are a hot peel. Usually I'll wait a second or two as the press comes up. I'll grab a corner, and because they're a hot peel, pull them right off. Also, with this DTF, there's no need for a second press. All right, that shirt is done. So we just keep moving on. I know in another video of mine I showed you guys that on some of my shirts, I put a silicone flexible application pad on and do a second press. I do that for certain shirts because I feel like it helps the feel of the print. I'm not going to do it on these. These are athletic track shirts. There's not a lot of print area, so I'm not going to get that plasticky feel with these. I have my heat press set up for the first press is an automatic 5-second pre-press to get the moisture out. The second one's set up for my press when I put the DTF on. Nice and easy hot peel. Just moving right along. Really knock out some shirts when you're using good transfers and good equipment. Even on the sides, pre-press. While my pre-press is going, I'm measuring, or I'm making my middle line on my transfer. A laser system would be really nice for this, but I haven't found a good system yet. Been looking at a few that I could mount to the ceiling and have come down. It would really help speed up the process, not having to get that square out every time. But I'm also a stickler for straight prints. I may be hypercritical of my own prints, but I also am hypercritical of some of the prints I see in stores or what other people are doing. I'm like, man, that looks crooked. So I'm pretty self-aware of if I'm putting in an item on straight or not. Got a little fuzzball there I want to get rid of. I don't want that under the DTF. So recently I just put a short out. Not knocking anybody, but this is the only DTF I've ever used for probably about, 3 years now. I've been using this DTF, and for the most part, I've been super happy with it. I'm kind of a a loyal customer. Once I find something I like, I usually don't switch it up, but I just put a short out asking you guys. I think there's probably two major or most popular DTF brands out there. And I'm interested in trying some new DTF companies. So in that short, I'm asking you guys, who are you using or who not to use? I'd like to get 4 DTFs ordered, all the same, and print them and see the difference in quality, the difference in the process of ordering. How easy is it to order? How quick is it to ship? What does it feel like on the shirt? Is it a hot peel or a cold peel? How long do you have to press it for? All of these things are factored into your production time. So those things are pretty important to me. And I'm going to go on that short here in about a week or two and take your guys' suggestions and decide. We know that if you've watched any of my videos, I have used Ultra Color Max from Stalls. Oh, I think I hear my delivery truck coming. We may be in luck. But I use Ultra Color Max from Stalls. I'm not paid by them. They haven't given me anything. It's just one of those companies. I bought my equipment from them. I buy all my vinyl from them. Buy my transfers from them. And I've been pleased. So there was really no reason to switch things up. But there's been some hiccups from time to time. And I'm not knocking them. But I don't know what I'm missing if I haven't tried anything else. So need your guys' help to steer me in the right direction or keep me from going in the wrong direction. Feel free to, in the comments right now, let me know, who do you use for DTFs? What temperature do you have to press it at? Hot peel, cold peel? How quick does the turnaround when you order them? How easy is the ordering process? For me, I would say probably 90% of the DTFs that I do are vector format. I've done them in Illustrator, so I have never had any issues with print quality or anything being pixelated or anything like that, because I've done it all in Illustrator as a vector format. So that's been really nice for me. I just upload the AI Illustrator file, or I can do it as a PDF. So I've never really had any issues. Every once in a while, I'll have a line that might be too thin and can't print right. So I'll have to go back into Illustrator and adjust that line, make it a little bit thicker, or adjust my artwork a little bit. But that's the nice thing about the software at Stalls, is before you even submit it, it tells you there could be possible issues with your artwork. I've been a fan of that. All right, keep plugging along. Be checking the comments periodically. That was definitely the delivery man. I can hear him pulling away. They're working late tonight, man. Usually my stuff's here by 1 o'clock, but the past couple days, it's been late. Haven't really figured out a lot of the laser systems I've seen, because I have a press caddy up off of a table. Most of the laser systems I've seen have sat on a table next to the heat press. That obviously won't work for me in my application. So I don't know if I build some type of stand, some type of caddy, if I try to mount it to the ceiling. The problem that I fear with mounting it to the ceiling, I kind of want to hard mount it to the frame of this caddy or something, because I feel like this press will shift a little bit on this caddy. Every once in a while, after probably 50 or 60 presses, this press starts creeping this way. And if I don't catch that and I have my laser hooked to my ceiling, eventually everything's going to be off. So I don't know if I hook something down onto the post and have it come up this way. Wheels are always spinning. Figure out a way. Ooh, that one peeled up a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a piece of I had the edge peel up a little bit. I'm going to tack this again just to make sure that doesn't come up. Sometimes when you peel it too hot, the edge will come up. And I'm not sending that out that way, so I'll double press this one. And we'll call it good. Got to make sure you put that paper over your transfer, because if you don't, and you lay that hot press down on that transfer, you're going to have a messed up shirt and a messed up press. And it's going to shut you down as you let the press cool down and have to clean it. I have not done that yet. Of all of my years, I've been close. I have not done that yet. I'm guessing it will eventually happen to me while I'm filming, because I get sidetracked. If you're just tuning in, got a DTF order tonight. Should be easy screen print in 2-color, but because I had some extra DTF, these transfers from last year, we're using these first. Hot peel, stack, move on to the next one. In just a little bit, I'll take a little break. We ran a little contest, not contest, but had a giveaway on my last live for a hat. I was making hats, and I made another hat as a giveaway. And the requirements to get entered into that giveaway were to like, comment, and subscribe. And we have a winner. I'll post them in the comments here in a little bit. show you the hat we made. Picking the winner was super easy because we only had one person comment. So, but I'm going to man my word. I'm going to give him his hat, and we'll try it again another live. Just so you can see, right? That's our end result. Looks good. Feels good. Two things that would make this job quicker and easier. One, the laser we already talked about. Two, those dual head heat presses. There's one out there right now I've had my eyes on for a while. Not only is it a dual head heat press, but it has built-in lasers too. Pretty sweet. I feel like it would help me with DTF orders. And it would also help me with screen printing orders, because for those that have seen my stuff in the past, I right now have been curing all of my screen print orders with a heat press. I just like the feel of it. I don't have a lot of room for a conveyor dryer in my shop here, aka the garage. If you're watching, say hi. Let me know where you're from. Are you an apparel decorator? You just like watching stuff get made? If you're an apparel decorator, how long you been doing it? Just starting out? Been doing it for years? Have you messed with DTF? Have you gotten one of those cool make your own DTF machines? I touched on that earlier too about it seems like everybody's coming out with a DTF machine, and I don't know if you can see my laser there. I am an X-Tool fan. They have a DTF printer. Just can't pull the trigger on it. Cost-wise, I know eventually down the road I would save money, but kind of worried about the quality of the DTFs. I've seen a lot of them that are cold pills, and that kind of turns me off right from the get-go. I don't want to print a bunch of shirts, lay them down, and then have to go through them again later and peel all of the transfer paper off. I don't want to wait for it to cool on the press. So, not to mention, 80% of the time I order a DTF, I have it by the next day from the company I get them from. Yeah, I pay shipping, but if I order enough of them, shipping is minimal. And if I don't order enough of them, the shipping is usually $12, and that is just a fee that I go back to the customer on. I like these too because when you order a certain amount of these ones from Stalls, they have this process called Easy Rip, and you don't even have to cut them. They come perforated. There's no cutting. You just rip them apart and they're ready to press. So this is how they come. This is a tag that has my order number on it. I can scan it to see the order. But they just come perforated like this. You rip them apart and you're ready to, no putting them on a table and cutting them. No chance of slipping with the scissors and cutting a part of your DTF off. Speaking from experience there. Just plugging away. Oh, I got a hi from Tyson Linneberg. I think I know that guy. If you're still watching, why don't you bring my order in that just got delivered? One of my biggest fans right now. Just starting out on YouTube, trying to build a channel and a community. The other night, my other son came down and goes, one of your videos just popped up on my feed. Then he started making fun of me. Old dad being a YouTuber. What's up, troll?
What up?
Why are you trolling me?
How was that?
Just set those right there. Thank you. Oh. What?
Your audio keeps cutting in and out.
Oh, really?
It just gets quiet and loud.
Oh, all right. Thanks for the update.
The live update.
Technical advisor, producer. See ya. All right. So it looks like we have our stuff that was really needed tonight. This order here isn't due for about a week. The stuff that just came is about 2 days late. do a couple more and we'll get that box opened up so I can make sure they sent me the right DTF. That was an issue I had, which sparked the conversation about looking at different suppliers. The order that I got on Saturday wasn't my order. It was someone else's in Washington. And that's the first time that's happened to me. They don't work on the weekends, so couldn't get a hold of anybody until Monday. And I missed their 8 a.m. cutoff. So they told me it wouldn't go out until tomorrow. Today, actually, Tuesday. But it looks like they did me a solid and they got the order out and got it here today. So we're going to open that bad boy up and make sure it's my order before I start speaking very highly of them. Let's do a couple more of these and then we'll get that thing going. Open up that box. Plus, you'll get to see this order. I did not do the easy rip. And you'll get to see the process of how they come to me. And it looks like, yeah. Adjusting my audio a little bit. My producer, Tyson, told me it was too loud. But you'll get to see how the DTF comes if you don't have enough. To get the easy rip, you have to order a certain quantity, dollar amount. If you're in one zone of that dollar amount, then you can pay 20 cents per design to have it easy rip set up. Which if you had a really detailed design, maybe you had, even something like this, you had multiple, might not be a bad deal to pay the 20 cents for the easy rip. It does make life really easy, hence the name. But if you hit another threshold, they'll do it for free. No extra charge. And the nice thing about getting the easy rip service added on is I have found it does not add any delay to your shipping. Usually they're still able to hit their shipping deadline and get them out to you on time, even after adding the easy rip. So this press I'm using has been a workhorse, man. I've had it since 2020. It has done thousands of shirts. Thousands. And I've greased up the pivot points. That's about all I've done to it. Every once in a while, I'll check to make sure my temperatures are still, everything's still calibrated right. I've had no issues with it. And not to mention, this press is in my garage. Temperature fluctuations. Sometimes I come in here, it's 18 degrees. In the summer, it's 85 degrees. This thing's still going strong. It's been a good press. there were no doubts when I was looking at presses that I was going to get a commercial grade press and not a cheap one on a discount website. And I'm glad I did. All right, let's do one more and then we'll open up that box and see what we got. Take a minute to check comments. Get a drink. All right, moment of truth. Is it what we needed? Ooh, I got a little... Got a little sample. Ah. New vinyl swatches. Let's save these bags. I like these bags. I put DTF, extra DTF little logos and stuff in these bags. It helps me keep them out of the moisture. Easy Weed Electric Sizer. Oh. Stalls is now carrying Sizer. Got the Ultra Weed, Easy Weed. All right. These come in handy. Put those down by the computer. Let's see what we got in here. There's a couple orders in this batch. So not all of these are going to be what we need for tonight. So it comes, we're going to roll like this. Anything else? Anything special in here? Oh. Our apologies. We got it wrong. We're sorry. Here's your correct order. Double checked before shipping. Thank you for choosing Stalls. That was nice of them. It was also nice of them to get it out same day. I appreciate that. So when you order them without getting the easy rip, they come in a sheet like that. And wouldn't you know, this and this are the orders I'll be doing tonight. Nice that they're right at the beginning of the roll. Man, I don't know. All right. Yeah, we're good. All right. So we'll cut that up in a little bit. Orders here. I'm happy. They still haven't changed their instructions on this, though. I know I read somewhere if you're doing 100% cotton to go to 325. Let me double check that real quick. I think it was just a recent change. It still says it on that website. Let me go to their website. My Google is not up to date. All right, so on their website, just to update you since I have it here. All right, any Ultra Color Max orders between $149 and $299. They will do the easy rip for you at 20 cents per image. Any order over $300 total for Ultra Color Max, they will do the easy rip at no charge. Where did I see that at? Oh, here we go. Application instructions. So 12 to 15 seconds. Yeah, 100% cotton, 325, which we're at, and all other fabrics would be a polyester or a cotton poly blend, 290. Medium pressure, which is for me about a 6, and hot peel. So we are right where we need to be. Let's keep going. Like I mentioned earlier, we are printing on district blanks. This is the DT 6000. My customers have really liked the feel of this shirt. Comparing it to a couple, well, one other well-known soft feel shirt. This shirt's pretty comparable to that one, and a little bit less expensive. I try to use this brand whenever I can. They also make some great sweatshirts. When I'm ordering DTF from stalls, when I'm ordering the Ultra Color Max, I try the best I can to batch, because if it's a small order, they charge you a processing fee. It's minimal. It's like $2.50. They also, with a minimum order or a minimal order, they charge you, for me, it's like $12 to ship. I don't know what the dollar amount is, but sometimes I'll get an order because it's above a certain amount, it will get shipped for free to me. Sometimes my shipping's only $7.50. I guess they have tiers, and I never really looked into what those tiers are. And I just know that if I have a very minimal order, I'm going to get charged a $12 shipping fee and like a $2.50 processing fee. Which, like I said, usually I factor that into my cost when I'm quoting orders. If I know I'm going to be using Ultra Color Max. So with this shirt, this is a small shirt, and you might see here, I have some seams that are on the platen, and I have two options. I could go to a smaller platen, or just print on it. And I've never had any issues with printing a center logo with the seams on the sides or even on the collar. So I tend to just keep the larger platen on there. The only issue that you can run into is with these seams on. I'll show you here, right? I might get a little bit of scorching. I forgot to pre-press. See, I'm talking and I skipped the process. Might see a little bit of scorching on those seams, or heat press marks. So we'll take a look at once this pops up. It might be a little shinier, and it is, but it's in the seam too, so it's really not that big of a deal. I'm not getting a heat box anywhere else. And if you're wearing the shirt normally, you're not going to see that. I mean, it only takes 20 seconds to switch out this bottom platen, but I'm not doing a whole run of small shirts, so we're going to go as is. Pre-press also helps get any wrinkles out. This one's got a couple crease marks in the center of it, so that pre-press helps release those as well. So when you put your, there's no marks, when you put your transfer down, and you press it, you're not pressing on top of any creases, so it doesn't affect your transfer. The other thing I'll show you, a little trick I did. I'll show you when we load the next one. But I marked my platen, which helps me with the identification that my shirt is actually centered on the plat, and it's just one more tool I use to make sure I'm centered. I told you about the seams on the side, making sure it's even on both sides. That lets you know the shirt's in the center. And then the platen itself, I put a mark on at 8 inches, so I know that that's the center of my platen, which helps me make sure the shirt is centered as well. It's kind of a quick reference guide. Down under here, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but there's a black mark. That's my 8-inch mark. All right. So I use that to know as I'm threading the shirt, it allows me to still see where the center of the platen is. All right. And then what you typically try to do is line that tag up with that. Now, the problem with that is I've had quite a few shirt manufacturers, especially some of the more inexpensive ones, their shirt tag is not always centered. So you have to be cautious of that and still make sure you're checking your seams, your sleeve seams, to make sure that you're still centered. Some of the quality control on some of the blanks I've purchased hasn't been the best. A couple of things that I notice is the tags aren't always centered in the back of the neck. Sometimes when I'm getting hoodies, some of the cheaper hoodies, the pocket itself is not always centered. They're not always consistent. I've seen a lot of on some of the hoodies. I've seen a lot of pockets that were sewn on crooked. It makes it hard for lining up your artwork to make sure that you are putting your design on straight. And every now and then I'll get a higher end blank that has a quality control issue as well. They didn't catch it at the manufacturer and it didn't make its way to an outlet store. It made its way to my shop. If you have any tips or tricks, feel free to share. As you've noticed, I always thread my garment. I feel like, one, it gives me better pressure. It's more consistent. Sometimes you'll see, especially on other videos, they'll lay the shirt down like this, and they'll put their design on. The problem that I have with that is if you have wrinkles underneath, you're pressing wrinkles into your shirt. So I have this caddy stand that allows me to thread my garment onto the platen, and I only have one layer of fabric that's getting pressed. That's the way I do it. I'm not saying it's the right way. I'm just saying it's the way that works for me. And then the nice thing about the threading, I'll show you here in a second, is if I'm doing a front and a back print, I am able to peel my transfer. All right, and then I will slide the shirt down. I'll roll it over, back up, and just like that, I'm ready to press the back of the shirt. So I prefer threading the garments. Yeah, a couple more shirts and we will announce our winner. Right here. Got this Richardson 112 leather Steadfast Style hat. That was made live last week. And like I said, we were doing a little giveaway. All you had to do was comment, like, and subscribe. And we had one person do that. So we'll be shipping them the hat. Let's see. 2, 4, 6. All right, so this was our 30th shirt. We've probably been printing for about 45 minutes, and that's with me talking. Typically, with DTF transfers and a single press like this, I can do about a shirt a minute. Sometimes faster if I'm really getting on it, but tonight's just a nice chill night. So we're taking our time. These orders, this guy doesn't need these orders for about another week. So we may knock out a few more of these and then take a little break, and I'm going to show you the other design we have going on to some sweatshirts. I just put a video out about issues that I'd had with screen printing that order. It was only 14 shirts, sweatshirts, and I wanted some practice with screen printing water-based ink. and it didn't go too well for me. So I ended up just ordering the transfers like I should have done in the first place. And I'm going to finish those up tonight. That way I can get them delivered. I'm a couple days behind on what I said I was going to be. I was hoping to have those done this weekend, but things happen. Things happen in the print world. Things happen in the real world. It's not all sunshine and rainbows here in the print shop. And I'll be sure to let you know that. One of my goals here with this YouTube channel is to be as transparent as possible. I still consider myself a beginner, and I'm hoping that we can build a community here that can help not just beginners, but people that have been doing it for a while too. Maybe new ideas, new tips, tricks to the trade. Do this, don't do that. We're going to knock out probably, let's see, how many more smalls I got? Ooh, I got a lot of smalls. All right. How many more transfers do I have here? Probably get another 10 in before I tear into the new order. And what I'll probably do here on this live, we've been going for about an hour. I'll do a couple of those sweatshirts, and then I will sign off and finish up the job off screen. But before we do that, I need to announce our winner. Because if I don't do it now, I'm going to forget. All right. The winner of our... Can you see that? Can you see? Good. Of our Richardson 112 trucker cap with our custom Steadfast Style logo that is made of 100% genuine leather that I dyed black. It came as a veg tan leather. I dyed it black, cut it out, and engraved it on the laser. It's kind of that black on black feel. That's the hat we're giving away. The winner of that hat is PG55. Congratulations, PG55. Get a hold of us. Get a hold of me. And I will get your hat shipped out. Thanks for watching. And the positive feedback. All right. PG55. Get in contact with me. I got a hat for you. That's yours. I'll send it out as soon as I hear from you. All right, let's get back to printing. Do a couple more. And then we'll fix our mistake from last week. And deliver those shirts to tomorrow to some students who have been waiting patiently for their class sweatshirts. Again, if you see my short, you can comment on there. If you're watching this video, comment on there. I'm looking for a couple different DTF options that I can order and do a review on. I'd like to get 4 different transfers from 4 different transfers from different companies. And I'd like to create a video on the process of applying those transfers start to finish. That's going to include me getting online, ordering them, talking about how long it takes to ship, the cost, and then when we finally get them all, actually pressing them onto shirts, checking the quality of the print itself, and I may even do a wash test on them before I wrap the video up, just so we have a good idea from start to finish on what our options are out there. Like I said, I have from the start been using Stahl's Ultra Color Max. I'm not getting paid by them. I paid for these transfers. No sponsors, no kickback, no royalties, no affiliate links. It's just the company that I started out with. Never really had any major issues. Always been pleased. So I've stuck with them. But I also could be missing something better. Could be a company out there that can get them to me quicker, which is highly unlikely since I get them in about a day. Could have a better feel on the shirt. So I'm looking to you guys for help. Let me know who you use. Let me know what you like about them. And we'll let that go for about a week or two and see what our comments are, see who has responded. And then I'll start the process of doing a review on those. I'm hoping to get 4. So also, let me know who not to use. If you've had a bad experience, if you have, bad customer service, bad experience, you don't like the quality, let me know that too. Started out this video, you know, those were a couple days late because they sent me the wrong order. Called them yesterday. They didn't give me great news. They said they weren't going to be able to get the order out. Then that meant I wouldn't have had it until Wednesday. But I think her name was Diane. She's not the one that signed them. Maybe she did. Diane took my call. Shout out Diane. Super friendly, super apologetic. Said she would see what she could do to get this order out today, which was yesterday. She said she would see what she could do. And if you're anything like me, first thing that goes through your head is, yeah, they're going to see what they can do. As soon as they hang up the phone with me, they're going to be on to the next one. They're going to forget all about my problem. So that's what I thought. And then yesterday afternoon around 5 o'clock, I got a notification that my order had shipped. So I was kind of surprised. Diane stuck to her word. Let me make sure I like to give credit where credit is due. Let me see. I'm not going to give her last name, but she works at Stalls. Diane from Stalls. She said she was going to do something, and she did it. And I appreciate that. And then I got this nice little apology card. So, good customer service means a lot, especially in this business. When so many things can go wrong, so many things do go wrong, it's always good to know that you have a company that has your back. I guess what I'm looking for is maybe another company just like that. Let me know your experiences. It doesn't mean I'm going to switch companies. You never know. All right, we're going to do one more. Wrap this order up. I'll wrap this order up later. I want to get to my other order and see how those are going to print while I have you guys on. Take these. Box these up. I don't want to just throw them in like that. I don't want to just toss them in all willy-nilly. Fold them up a little bit. These are going to go to a team of middle schoolers. You know what that means. They're going to get their shirt. They're going to throw it in their bag. It's not going to get washed before their first meet. So the least amount of wrinkling from the start, the better. So we'll fold these up nicely and put them in this box for them. Then we'll cut an order. And apply it to a sweatshirt. All right. Get my scissors. Where are my scissors? On my heat press cart, or on my screen printing cart. Actually, we'll leave that right there. All right, so typically with these, I can just, you're not going to be able to see this, but I don't think you need a visual of me cutting. This ain't kindergarten. All right, we're going to put this one over here because that's for later tonight. Cutting the front design for my redo order right now. We'll just cut 3 because I have 3 sweatshirts over there that need to be done. One of the issues that I had with screen printing this front design is, hopefully you can, I was losing detail on the graduation cap. And with this DTF, I'm able to keep that detail. So I'm happy with that. The backs in general were just a disaster. So with my screen printing, so anything is going to be better than what I did on that press. That was a frustrating night. All right, get 3 of these backs cut out. Get them on the press. We're good to go. All right, first one's a crew neck. So I'll do that one right now. And I like that it's the maroon one because the issue I was having with my screen printing on the maroon was I did a couple passes of ink, flash, a couple more passes of ink, and the maroon was still popping through. And I wasn't happy with that. This is a thicker garment, so I'm going to lower my material or my pressure a little bit. It's a little too low. All right, we'll do our pre-press. On the front, we are getting this AP Research. I'm still going to crease the center of it. That way I know I'm lining the center up with where the collar meets the shoulder seam. That's where you want a left chest logo to be. So just imagine drawing a line right down where that collar meets here. And I typically will go 3 fingers down on the left chest. Maybe 3.5. Still centered. All right, then I get my square out. I make sure that I'm straight. And I am. Ready to go. We'll see how the feel of this print is if I will do a secondary print with the flexible application pad. And that white is white. I am pretty pleased with that. That's hot. So I'm going to go get the other one real quick, just so you can see the difference. This was my mess up. I don't know if it'll come through on the camera or not, but you can see this is white. This is not. And this is, like I said, about 3 coats, flashed it, and then another 3 coats. And you can see the maroon coming through. I lost the detail in the cap area. This just looks way better. So I'm happy with that. Let's see what the back looks like. We're going to flip this over, run our back print. It was a costly lesson, but sometimes those are the best ones. Learn and grow. All right, center. I'm going to have to trim this edge off a bit because if not, it's going to mess with my square. All right. I usually go a full hand down on the back, which is about 5 to 6 inches. We are perfectly centered. Now I'm going to make sure we're straight. And we are. Here we go. That one peeled up a bit, so I'm going to, probably should have let it cool a little bit more. I'm going to do a second print press on this one. And then we will switch out our platens because next up is hoodies. All right. Let's see. Yep. So we got a good, clean white print on the front. I'm happy with that. On the back, we got a good white detailed print. Lettering is good. It looks good. So much happier with this outcome than the other one I did. Let's get our platen switched out for these hoodies. And I'll show you why I'm switching out the platen here in a minute. That's hot. Gonna have to adjust our pressure a bit. All right. So with the hoodies, I change out the platen because I don't want seams on the press area. So changing out to that smaller platen allows me to get my hoodie seam off as well as my collar seam. Again, I have this platen marked the same way so I know where my center is. So I try to line that up with the center. I make sure that I'm even coming down. Mark my center of my print. Find my collar, which is way over here now. I'm centered on my collar. Now I'm going to square it up. Here we go. Forgot my pre-press again. There we go again. Let it cool for a second. Peel, still peeling up. I wonder sometimes. I run into this sometimes, and I'm wondering if sometimes when I'm peeling these up after the corners start to peel up. And at first, I thought it was a quality issue, but it just got me thinking. I'm wondering if I'm getting these transfers that are so fresh that might have something to do with it. I don't know. I did have one of the transfers that a year old. I had it do it once, maybe twice. But this one, both of them are kind of peeling up on the hot peel. So I might let it sit for another couple seconds before I try to peel it and see if that helps. Now with hoodies, you want to go a little lower on the back because you're going to have that hood sitting there. And when they don't have their hood on, it'll cover up their design if you have it up too high. So I like to go 6 inches from the neck, which I find usually puts me right where I need to be, which is right about there. So I will pull the sweatshirt off, the collar off of the platen, and just drape it over. I have one of these rulers here that I put at 0, and then I have a 6 marked on there, so it goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. And on a hoodie, I'll go 6 inches down from that collar, and it will usually not cover up the design when the hoodie's down. So we're gonna go 0 down to 6 inches, which is right on the edge there. This platen is only 15 wide, so my marker is 7.5 in the middle. I'm there. Let me make sure we're square. Good. We're ready to go. Although, I'm not sure I did my pre-press. I did not. It's 2 in a row. Talking it up. Let it sit for a second. Cool down, and then try our peel. That worked. All right. So there's our back print. Now when the hoodie's down and you got a neck in it, you're not covering up the design as much. So 6 inches on a hoodie down from the seam usually puts it in a good place. Like it. All right. We'll do one more hoodie, And I will end the stream and finish up these orders. We'll do the back first. Switch it up a bit. Pre-press. I didn't forget that time. Center transfer. 6 inches. Good. 7.5. And square. Let it sit for 2 or 3 seconds. Peel works well that way. Yes. All right, do the front. I'm going to lower my pressure just a bit. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of a box. When you have a smaller platen on the heat press, your pressure can change a little bit. You don't have to go, like when I have my 16 by 20 platen, my 6 pressure is pretty accurate on there. When I switch to a smaller platen, I probably could be at like a 3 or 4 and still be getting medium pressure. So something to note when you're using a heat press that has multiple platens. Don't forget to make that adjustment. If not, you'll be pressing at too high of a pressure, which can cause press marks, scorch marks. All right, lined with the collar. I didn't pre-press that. Caught it that time. See, I'm at a 2. I'm going to go to a 3. All right, square it up. Happy with that. Oh, the transfer. Yoo-hoo, that's hot. Transfer peeled automatically when the press lifted up. All right. Yeah, that helped with the box, the press box. But again, there's our front. White. Ooh, it's still, I'm going to repress that. I still got to, because the carrier peeled up. It didn't cool, and I got a corner that popped up on me. But the press box is gone. The white is super white. It was on the maroon. It is on the black. I'm happy with that. The details there. So we have a quality print on these sweatshirts that will be delivered tomorrow. Flip that hood up so you guys can see that. There they are. All right, guys. I'm going to end the live. Appreciate you watching. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Any comments, any pointers, tips, suggestions, I'd love to hear from you. Again, I'm not a professional at this. I've been doing it for a while. Still looking for feedback. Still looking to learn and grow. Hoping to help others get started in this business. So, if you like what you saw, do me a favor. It'll help the channel. Give me a like, subscribe, and let's build this community together. All right. Thanks, and don't forget at PG55. I have your hat. You're the winner from last week. Send me a message, and I will get this thing shipped out to you. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one, and we'll see you on the next one.